Hello, friends. This is the program Empire of Lies, in which we talk about manipulation and disinformation of the Kremlin media. Anchorage without Ukraine. How the summit that could legitimize Russian seizures is being prepared. 2 days before the Putin-Trump summit in Alaska, Russian airwaves are demonstrating a clear narrative. The meeting is an honor for the United States and a breakthrough for Russia, while Ukraine and Europe should only be observers ready to accept imposed decisions. Key propaganda emphases marginalization of Ukraine. Zelensky is not invited. The decision is explained as the result of personal agreements between Putin and Trump. The hosts and experts assure the main obstacle to peace is not Putin, but Zelensky. This mirrors the Kremlin logic, which removes responsibility for the war from Moscow. The image of equal superpowers. The location, the Elmendorf-Richardson military base in Anchorage, is presented as a symbol of Russia's return to the format of direct negotiations with the United States on equal terms. It is emphasized that there is no more isolation, and the tête-à-tête is an indicator of Putin's special status. Signals of pressure on Europe and Kyiv. The airwaves are filled with versions of Trump's impending ultimatum, either concessions and a new security architecture in Europe, or the cessation of supplies of American weapons and intelligence. Bloomberg and The Economist are cited selectively to support the pressure scenario. The territorial exchange map 4 zones are being discussed. Crimea, not the subject of negotiations, assigned to Russia. Small areas in the Sumy and Kharkiv regions can be returned to Ukraine for the appearance of success. Donbass, Moscow demands full control. The south of Zaporizhia and Kherson regions, possible partial concessions while maintaining a land corridor to Crimea. The Italian Corriere della Sera is mentioned as the source of Moscow's list of conditions: withdrawal of the Ukrainian armed forces from Donbass, abandonment of NATO, demilitarization, constitutional reform. Moscow's refusal to make concessions. It is stated directly. The Russian Federation's position is a ceasefire only with significant concessions from Ukraine. There are no signs of the Kremlin's readiness to compromise. The current summit at the State Department is called an exploratory one. The president does not call it a meeting for negotiations. He did not initiate the meeting. As I said earlier, the goal is to understand what is happening and to assess what may be possible. So the word negotiations is hardly appropriate here. According to The Economist, Trump is preparing an ultimatum for Europe and Ukraine. Either concessions on the new security architecture in the European Union, or life without American weapons and intelligence satellites. Why not invite Zelensky to this summit? Whose decision was it not to invite him? Was it the decision of the president or President Putin? This meeting took place because the president of Russia, through his special envoy Steve Witkoff, asked the president of the United States for a meeting. As you all know, Witkoff went to Russia to talk to Putin at his request, and the president agrees to this meeting at the request of President Putin. The purpose of this meeting is for the head of state to get a better understanding of how we can end this war. And I think for the president of the United States to sit in a room with the president of Russia face-to-face rather than on the phone would give Trump the best understanding of how to end this war and where this is going. What does this mean for Europe? The risk of Yalta II. Decisions about Ukraine's future may be made without its participation, and the EU will be presented with a fait accompli. Legalization of seizures, annexations and war trophies are consolidated under the guise of a peace process. Weakening of transatlantic solidarity. The bilateral format excludes Brussels and makes it hostage to US-Russian agreements. Manipulation of the narrative, shifting responsibility from the aggressor to the victim, and justifying territorial concessions as inevitable. You are on the Empire of Lies program. Don't let yourself be fooled.